Okay, so the wings. With the wings here, let's go in and we've got this kind of thin sliver of a wing, okay? And if we could sculpt that, but it's going to take a while to work into that. I'm just going to go and see, do I have subdivisions on this? Yes, I do. Okay, I'm just going to go here, and I guess I can crank it up. And how many polys is that? We're sitting at, is that 7 million? That's a lot. Okay, that's good. And if I'm looking at a reference image, so I've got some image over here. Let's see if I can find something. Okay. And in the other window, I'm just staring at this. Now I can do this several ways. I'm trying to cut out too many tricks. So I can see there's a line going up in here. There's some veins in here that are nice and thick. There's some other ones in here too that I might try and do. And I'm going to try and do those really quick. And what I'm going to do, though, to build them, because they're thicker than the rest of the wing, instead of sculpting them in, what I'm going to do is make a separate piece of geometry. So to do that, I'm going to hold down Control, and I've got the lasso on. Let's just top that, and I'm going to put that back to the mask pen. And I can come in here and start to mask out these areas. Okay, cool. And let's go make that smaller. And I'm going to keep staring at the image while I'm doing this. So I'm holding down Control, and I make a line out here, and it goes all the way out to here. And actually, my brush is too big. Let's make it smaller. Okay. And I can shave these down. If I hold down Control and Alt, I can unmask. Okay. And actually, let's just turn this puppy around to here. It's just easier for me to match up with the image if I'm staring at the image in the proper direction. And it goes over here, goes up this way, and then like that. I don't know, there's something that comes down here, and then over this way, and back that way. And what is it? There's a few little blurbs here. Okay, and I guess there's one that goes way out here. I'll just erase some of this back. Okay, and the trick I'm going to do, this isn't super crucial that I'm too clean on these. Actually, the thicker lines are probably going to be to my benefit. And that goes down here. And was there another line that kind of comes in through here? And it gets pretty thin down in this area, but I'll put them in anyway, just because I'm like that. Okay, good. And one that goes up, and there's something that goes to kind of here. Okay, so that should be good. And do I want to do this one too while I'm at it? Let's just do them all in one shot. And that way I can move on in my tutorials, even though this isn't perfect what I'm doing. Okay, it just gives you a ballpark of what this should maybe look like. And everybody's wings are going to be different. You're going to grow your own wings in your own way. You're going to do things I never even imagined. And boop. Some of you are going, he's being sarcastic. And I'll come in here and do something like this, and I'm gonna call that good. Okay, good enough. Okay, and so let's get rid of that. So I got these kind of things that I've painted on here. It's on the other side too. Okay, it painted right through. Now, over here in the subtool menu, there is an extract option. And here the thickness is 0.006. Let's just see what that looks like. I think I was playing around with this. I might remember what I did last time I played with it. When I hit extract, it takes all of the masked area and creates new geometry from it. Oh, please don't crash. My computer's been acting really weird. It's almost like I should be taking this as a sign I need to get a new one. While this is going, I'm just going to pause. Okay, it did it. And so it showed me it's got this kind of thickness here. Okay, maybe I could go a bit thicker. But if I do that, I risk having to do this again. So I'm just going to hit accept. When I hit accept, it's going to make a new layer for me in here. I'm just going to go in here and make it solo. Okay, so that's not too bad. I can take my brush and let's make this bigger. If I hold down shift, I can smooth some of these edges in. You're seeing these kind of funny ridges in here. Okay, great. And I'll do this and this and this. Now this is going to produce some really raunchy geometry. If I go and I put on polyframe, it's, oh! So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this, and down in the geometry section, there is a thing here called Dynamesh. Now, I haven't done a lot of explaining on Dynamesh, so it could take a while for me to explain. So it just turns things into digital clay, essentially. I'm going to take Dynamesh, I'm going to hit it and see what happens. When I hit the button, whoop! Okay, so the resolution is too small, so I'm going to undo that. And resolution of 128, let's go and hit, I'm going to use 512. Enter. And I'll hit Dynamesh. It's based off the size of your model. So if yours doesn't do what mine just did, then, oh, I thought I hit the Dynamesh button, and I didn't. My mouse keeps making it so I have to hit things twice, and then I think that it's not working, so I undo it and I hit it again, so then I hit it 3 times and it turns it off. Anyway, and let's take a look at the polyframe. So now we have less geometry. And when I go to smooth it, woohoo, okay, it smooths down, and so this is why I made them just a little bit abnormally thick. Okay, and I can do stuff like this. Okay, great. You're still sitting there going, this is still a little bit too much geometry, and I can move stuff around and nudge it and all those things. So yeah, just going in, nudging, and there's kind of a potentially funny hole right there. We'll fix that in a second. Now when I'm Dynameshing, if I want to trigger the Dynamesh to Dynamesh again, oh crap, and they join together. I wasn't paying attention. God damn it. Well, whatever. I'll say it's good for now. If you go in and you Dynamesh again, you hold down Control and you drag, that re-Dynameshes. Okay, and it looks like I need to do the inflate brush, B-I-N, because I made this too thin right down here. So let's see if I can inflate it to bring it back. Yas! Okay, make that a bit thicker. And anything else I care about in here? No. There, Dynameshed again. Okay, so this is Dynameshed it, and that's got still a lot of polys. So let's turn off the Dynamesh, and I could spend more time on this. Okay, remember I'm going really quick just to show you what I could do. I could spend easily another, I don't know what, 15 minutes, half an hour, and I wish I had kept that gap apart. Anyway, whatever. Now there's ZRemesher, and ZRemesher, little button, I hit it, and it's going to look at this whole model, and it's going to try to give me a nice polyflow. Okay, a little bit heavy-handed. I'm going to undo that. If I look here, down here, there's a target poly count, and it's sitting at 5. That means 5,000. I'm going to guess 0.5, based off of what I just saw. I hit ZRemesher. The poly count is always a lot higher than you would suspect. Actually, that's fairly decent. There's a little chunk of crud right down here, but whatever. That's fairly decent for what I just did, at the speed I did everything. Okay, and now let's bring back the wings. And if I come in here and I turn off solo, there, now I've got those veins on my wings, and I can export those out. Those are nice and low. You can see I already made some of these down in here. If I go to this one here, so 6,000 polys for that. That's not too bad. And again, I could spend some more time on this. And also, I will mention that something like this thing, this beast, I probably, I'm not going to take this into Maya and try and unfold the UVs. I'm just going to go to Z plugin, UV master, and unwrap it and see what it does for me. And whoop, had to do some thinking. I'm going to let it do all the work for me. And let's go down here and see what it looks like. I'll put this on solo again, and I'll hit UV map, morph. Yeah. Well, that didn't even do a very good job. Oh, it's got that stupid bump on. I don't know what that's about. Still got to figure that out. Okay, so I could even use this as a start to go back into Maya and cut these up. But I was thinking this would be going to be a little bit of a nightmare trying to unfold that. Maybe it's not as bad as I thought. And I could also, right at the stage of the game too, go and take that to Maya, cut that geometry up, and then yeah, nudge it around if I wanted to in Maya, and then bring it back, and then do some real sculpting and detailing so that I get wings. Anyway, I'm going to stop this here.